What's up, guys? On this week's episode of Through the Lens, we'll be talking about our brand new website.
So stay tuned.
Well, I don't know how your guys' week's been, but ours has been a busy one at Rival Productions. We had 3 things on the dock that we needed to get done quick. We had our website that needed to get done, our own Rival promo, and our media kit so that we could start going after companies and look professional.
So let's talk a little bit about the website. I really want to focus on that today.
Yeah, this was a long time coming. This was a big challenge for us doing our own website because we came to consensus maybe 4 months ago that we wanted to code it all ourselves because we wanted the versatility.
We had put up our own website. We had designed our own website first, like when we started the business in March of 2016.
March 2016, yeah.
And then we had an event that we were going to for small businesses, and we're like, oh gosh, we don't have a website up. So I had known some HTML and CSS, and I was like, all right, well, the event's this Thursday. I'm going to code it. We're going to have it all up, and we're going to be good to go. And then I was like, we'll worry about making it mobile friendly later. And
we did have a website up technically for the Small Business Expo. So
we worried about the mobile portion way later than we should have.
Yeah. And really that's one of the main things that we figured out when we were first designing our website was all the videos and tutorials. We did a lot of YouTube tutorials to figure out how we were going to do this website before we started. And everyone is just screaming mobile first, and like it's a mobile first world now. And the phrase "mobile first" came up like how many times? It was every single video.
And what that basically means is you're designing everything so it's going to work on a phone before anything else.
Yeah. So, and I can't tell you how many times I personally going to do the website just screwed up at that because you're working on your laptop when you do it, so it's just difficult to remember to use your responsive views and bring it down to mobile so that you can see what you're working on, because there was a lot that I did first just trying to get the sections framed out, and then I realized how poor it was on a mobile phone. It was bad. So, and that was our main problem with our first initial website was it looked fine on a desktop view, but a
lot of the images were not optimized either, so it'd take forever to load.
Yeah, we heard that a lot. It was taking a while to load, and a lot of these people were looking at it on their phones. They're at the Small Business Expo. They don't have their laptop there to check it out, so they just want to look at someone's website real quick, and that was a big mistake for us. We didn't realize that it would be everyone looking at it there. We thought they would take it home, take our business card home, and look at it on their nice big desktop, but that's not what happened.
Yeah. So one of the things we really focused on for this was A, mobile friendly, B, cross-platform. Yeah. So it could go on several different browsers, and it wouldn't be stuck on Chrome. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there was a lot to that too. There was a workaround in every case, but we're still working through that.
But we published it. We've gotten some great response so far. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's working.
That's the best response you can get.
But also another portion of the starting or revamping our website was that we wanted to push for behind the scenes content too.
Yeah.
So that's with these vlogs, with our tutorials, with our reviews, and we really didn't want to put it on our main page because our main page is really geared towards clients coming out and taking a look at us. But you can easily access this behind the scenes content area, and it's just a big button that we have up there. It says BTS, and you click on that, and it goes right to a WordPress site. It's the same. It's on our we're hosting it ourselves, so all the SEO and search engine optimization is going towards our website still. But we decided to use WordPress to host the behind the scenes because that will allow a lot of versatility without having to come up with PHP for blog posts or everything else.
Yeah, we needed that versatility because we knew we were going to be using the BTS a lot. We were going to be constantly updating that, and really anytime we did a video, anytime we did a blog post, or like a Through the Lens video, we needed to be able to put it up quickly, and that was a great option to go WordPress for all the BTS.
Yeah, and part of the reason we really wanted to do the BTS behind the scenes footage is like helping everybody out. We wanted to show that not only the stuff that we do know, but the stuff that we're figuring out.
Yeah.
We don't want to act like we're professionals at this, but we want to showcase, hey, these are the things that did work for us, and these are the things that did not work all that well.
Yeah, and a big portion of doing the behind the scenes stuff was because we used countless behind the scenes videos in order to put our business together. So when we're doing the website, we're looking up tutorials on YouTube. We're really going step by step, and just taking a little bit here, taking a little bit there, and really using a lot of these behind the scenes videos that everyone else was putting out. So we wanted to add to the community of knowledge. Essentially, we want to share the knowledge that we're learning with other people, and maybe it helps someone out there. So that would be great for us.
So the pioneer for our website, the person who designed everything, was Tyler. So if anything doesn't work, it's his fault.
Yeah, you guys can all blame me in the comments.
But since you're the one who actually did I did the original website, which we're no longer using. So this newer website, I don't really have a huge handle on the actual lines of code. So can you explain some of the challenges that you ran into?
Yeah, so a lot of the initial challenges were just learning HTML5 and CSS3. So that was a huge undertaking for me, but I actually learned a lot of it on lynda.com. I got a lynda.com account and learned a lot of it right there, and it was a huge task, but it was like taking a class in HTML5. And I'll tell you what, at lynda.com they really do a nice job. So it was pretty easy to go through and watch a video and then put that video into action into our own website. So essentially that's what I did. I did it piecemeal, step by step as I learned, and essentially everything's broken down into the sections. So a big portion of this was our design phase, where I sat down with Andrew and Tom, and we sat down and we talked about what potential clients need to see when they get on the website. And number one, we decided they need to see our pricing. They need to know right up front what they're paying for and what the price that they're going to be paying for is. So that was a huge section. They want to know that these videos work, so they want to hear from other clients who we've worked with. So testimonials and reviews was another key section. Another section was our process. We wanted to be able to walk people through our process, and so they could see and kind of get a feel for what we do before we get out there. So that was a third section, and our fourth section, of course, was our promo. We need them to see our work right up front. So we have our promo at the top of our page, top of our website, so that anyone that goes there can just click on the video and see exactly what it is that we specialize in. And it's a business promo. It's our business promo that they get to see, and they can kind of translate it to their own and start seeing how, our work, our style, and really get a good feel of who they're working with.
So was there anything on the site that was really challenging to figure out?
There was a couple sections that were really challenging. First of all, our pricing section, we wanted to lay it out in a way that people would be able to scroll through, and we offer different packages. So we offer an event series, a business series, and and extra specialty footage. So time lapse and drone footage, are little specialties that maybe someone might want in a video as a piece of video, or the time lapse, they might want a whole piece on time lapse.
We've had that several times.
Yeah, but that was a difficult section because we needed to lay it out in a way to where they would just instinctively click through it and see each section depending on where they were going. So that took a little bit of a challenge, and involved some JavaScript, which I was not keen to, and really didn't like using it off the bat. But just because it was a whole new language, so. I ended up looking up a bunch of tutorials on that and finally got one that was working and got a little section together for our pricing. So that was nice.
I know at one point you had sent me a version, and I was like, oh, this is working pretty cool. You know what might be a cool idea? If we try to get it to Parallax. Yeah. And then I told him, listen, if we can't get it, it's not a big deal. But it would be really cool if we can get it to Parallax. And that's when the background moves slower than the foreground to give it a nice animation. So can you talk a little bit about
this was Andrew's
what you
way
tried?
of putting a little bump in the road for me, just because he thought that things were going so quickly that he needed to speed up the process a little bit and toss me some extra work.
Yep.
But the Parallax ended up being pretty easily. That involved some JavaScript as well, but that was a pretty much copy and paste. There was a nice tutorial. A website had laid out how to implement it in your website. With a site wrapper, you just wrap your whole site in this, and then have its scroll time in JavaScript be a little bit slower than the background of the website. So the website laid it out really nice, so it was pretty easy to implement, but it was also just another challenge, and ended up causing me some headaches later on when I didn't realize I needed to put things in the site wrapper, and I needed to like just how things were maneuvered, especially with what was laying on top of what. That was just a little bit of a challenge for me, but it ended up working pretty nice, and it's a nice look. It's a really good look. Parallax is a really good look for a modern website. Yeah, especially because you can see the content and it just looks, everything's scrolling. It looks very clean. So
how do you feel about the end result?
I feel good about the end result. You know, I pretty much achieved what I wanted to achieve. The design, I'm not great at design, so I sent it back to Andrew for styling touch-ups because Andrew's got a much better eye for how things should be colored and you know, to signify that things relate to each other. So I wasn't great at that, so I sent it to Andrew, and he touched up the CSS and finished up the styling of it. So that was really the only part that I wasn't really confident in. So I got help, and it worked out well. Andrew's much better at the styling. So, how did you think the styling went? How difficult was it to go back through my website and find the what you're trying to work on, because you didn't come up with any of those class names or tag names or anything.
Yeah, so like if you're not familiar with HTML or CSS, it's you make everything yourself basically. You name everything yourself. So I had to kind of go in and figure out what made sense to Tyler, and go back and like change names for things because it's two different sheets that are connected.
Yeah.
So I had to figure out where things were. But he laid out everything fairly clear. And I already knew basic CSS stuff, so it was like, oh, I want the color of that font. Okay, he put white as his font. I want it to be a yellow. Yep. So I was able to find that stuff and navigate through. Thankfully, it was laid out fairly clean because I know when I'm designing stuff by myself for myself and nobody else is going to look at it, it doesn't need to be clean.
And had you seen my first couple versions, that's how they were laid out. It was stream of consciousness, whatever I was thinking at the time. That's how I laid it out. It didn't get into a later version to where I was like, I'm going to need people to look through this, and this should be laid out, as cleanly as it could be. So.
Okay, yeah, that was. Fun project.
Yeah, check it out. We have a link in the description to our website so you can see what we're talking about.
Rivalproductions.net.
Yeah. If you guys don't feel like clicking the link, rivalproductions.net, and you can see all of our behind-the-scenes stuff there. You can check out these videos and more. Comment, ask us some questions about it. Tell us what you like or what you don't like about the website and how you personally would make it better. So we're really open to hear any questions or concerns that you have.
All right, so that's today's episode of Through the Lens. I'm Andrew.
I'm Tyler. Thanks for checking in.